championship, the Big Ten championship, the NFC playoffs, the Daytona 500, and the UEFA Champions League final. The world's biggest events are on Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports!
It's week 5 on this journey, and we've already seen some truly iconic performances.
Devin Hester, another record broken.
Talent, well, usually comes out at the most crucial moments. I mean, look, some of these guys just happen to have that flair for the dramatic.
Calvin Love, baby, he did it again! Megatron with a score!
While for others, truth is, stage fright can be cruel.
Macklin loses the ball.
Do I really have to explain how I'm feeling right now, sitting at 1-3?
Headliners who are familiar with the center stage, well, they're kind of feeling some pain right now.
Roethlisberger took a shot.
Yeah, but listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves, not just yet. It's early. There's still time to shine. True legends know that. And these guys, they're tough, relentless, never backing down, and they will fight until the lights go out. But they're not out yet. There's still plenty of time to turn it around.
Hey, it's gut check time.
This season rolls on, and it continues right here on Fox. Come on.
Well, from the guy who played Brian Piccolo in the movie that makes every man cry, Brian's song, to a guy singing a happy tune these days, Eli Manning. He's the third-rated quarterback in the NFL, behind only Rodgers and Brady, and today his Giants host Seattle. Meanwhile, another Super Bowl MVP, Drew Brees, is second in the league in passing yards, and as amazing as that stat is, he's just one spot ahead of the rookie the Saints will face today, Carolina's Cam Newton. A lot of big names on the slate for Week 5 as we welcome you to the one and only Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, sponsored by the F-150 built Ford Tough. Come on in to stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee. Thanks to the legendary actor James Caan for helping us open up our show today. And as we bring in Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy, of course, sadly, we begin with some tough news today. As most of you know, a great football icon, Al Davis, passed away yesterday at the age of 82. The longtime owner of the Raiders was a rebel and pioneer who played a huge part in shaping the current NFL. Smart and brash even at an early age, Davis's legendary pro football career spanned almost 60 years. He's the only member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame who was a scout, assistant coach, head coach, general manager, a league commissioner, and owner. Of course, his Brooklyn accent and passion for the game were notorious. That's where his catchphrases like, "Just win, baby." And that is exactly what the Raiders did for the better part of 4 decades. Davis led Oakland to 3 Super Bowl titles and an AFL championship with players he selected, like Hall of Famers Ted Hendricks, Marcus Allen, and Howie Long. Along the way, Davis's brand of football mirrored the blue-collared fans of both Oakland and Los Angeles, mixing brutal toughness with a beautiful vertical passing game that helped make the Raiders one of the most popular sports franchises in the world. Off the field, one of Davis's most influential roles came as the commissioner of the old AFL and as a driving force in the 1970 merger, which led to pro football's huge surge in popularity. Davis was also a trailblazer, hiring the first African-American head coach in Art Shell, the first Latino head coach in Tom Flores, and even the first female CEO, Amy Trask. His legal battles with the NFL are legendary, but aside from the business side of football, Davis will always be remembered as an NFL owner who was compassionate, caring, and most importantly to him, loyal. Many times he took care of former Raider players like Jim Plunkett, who helped Davis win his last Super Bowl, and today still serves as Oakland's radio broadcaster. In short, Al Davis had a brilliant football mind. His intensity for the game was unmatched. He was one of the game's great contributors, and all of us here at Fox and throughout the league have benefited from his never-ending commitment to excellence. Clearly, no one up here knew Al Davis like you did, Howie Long. You played for him for 13 years. as an Oakland Raider. Why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
Well, you know, I got a call a little after 6 a.m. yesterday from someone in the organization letting me know that he had passed. And shortly after that, I spoke to our older son, Chris, who through the draft had an opportunity to go out there and meet with Al, sit down with him and spend time. And we'd had conversations about Al, but I came to realize through that conversation that his generation really doesn't know the impact that Al had on our game. And when you're talking about the giants of the game, and I think Ron Wolf, longtime general manager of the Raiders, put it best when he said, you're talking about Curly Lambeau, Paul Brown, George Halas, and Al Davis. They found the players, they coached the players, they ran the organization, and they dominated their time. And Al Davis, you're talking about the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. He dominated the league and changed the game.
You know, 8 years ago, I was having dinner with my brother here at a local restaurant, and Mr. Davis came in and sat right across. And I didn't want to bother him as Steeler, Raider. And eventually he said, Terry, come join me. And we sat down and we had one of those great Raider-Steeler conversations. Wonderful man. He convinced me that he loved me and would have loved for me to have played with him. And I remind him of this story. When I retired from the Steelers, I went home to my ranch in Louisiana, and one day I got a phone call, Al Davis. And he asked me about, what are you doing? How are you doing? And I'll never forget this. He says, how are you financially? And I said, well, I don't have any money. I didn't have any go in, don't have any coming out. He said, if you ever need anything at all, call me. I said, yes, sir, I appreciate that. Can you imagine that?
No.
God, that will not happen today that I know of.
Terry, I struck up a friendship with Al Davis when I first came in the league. Al would call me late at night, and as you guys know, nobody calls me at night, but he would, talk to me about, the players at Miami. He's always wanting to talk personnel. He wanted to talk about players that I'd recruited or played against one thing or another. And on the return, I would get insight from him about the league and just about everything. And, my wife, Rhonda, would always, the phone would ring late at night, and she'd look over and she'd say, Al? I'd say, yeah. And she said, okay, good night, because she knew it was going to be an hour phone call. And, we talked for an hour one night just about the importance of running the power O against the blitz and stuff. He was so knowledgeable about every aspect of the game and just a very smart man, and he touched everybody in this league.
Well, my generation, we all know who Al Davis is, and as you say, Chris's generation, everyone knows Al Davis, but I don't think everyone knows the impact that Al Davis had, not just only on the Raiders, but on the NFL. So I would like to encourage my generation, younger generations, if you don't know, go out, look up Al Davis, find out what he did, because he is incredible. And as you said, Howie, he's one of the guys who made the game what it is today, and that's why we love the product that we have now. And Al Davis is a big part of it.
You guys have both been great Raiders.
Yeah.
I think that no single team, and maybe its fan base, is more identified with its owner, except like Raider Nation has been with Al Davis for the last 50 years, and you got a feeling that image will continue, and they were proud of it, and he was too.
He got the opportunity at the end here to see what I believe is the start of the turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely, it looks like. I know, Howie, you'll have more on the passing of Davis a little bit later on in the show. And there will be a moment of silence, by the way, at every NFL stadium today to honor one of the greatest football icons the world has seen. And before we go to break, we'd also like to note the passing of another pioneer, legendary sports TV director Joe Accetti. Not only was Accetti an original NFL on Fox director, but in a career that began in the 1960s, he was a legendary innovator in the way we all watch games. He directed Wide World of Sports, Ali Frazier fights, 5 Olympic Games, and multiple World Series, just to scratch the surface. Joe Accetti was the first game director I worked with here at Fox. Everyone knows him, knows he was a great storyteller and a heck of a guy.
Okay, this is it, the Bill Ford Tough Sales Event. And in this corner, America's most fuel-efficient pickups. Featuring F-150 with exclusive EcoBoost technology that delivers the power and MPGs the so-called contenders can't. Plus, it's ranked highest in initial quality in its class. Now that's a 1-2 knockout punch. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth.
Snatching stuff takes... Oh, what is going on in here?
It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow.
Is that your agent?
It's the jingle. Try it.
No.
Like a good neighbor,
Just say it.
State Farm is there.
With a sandwich.
Oh, Hallelujah. And the girl from 4E?
And can I get a hot tub?
Nice.
State Farm agents help you get to a better state.
Oh, yeah!
Can we show you something? Wouldn't it be great to feel like this all the time?
Yeah! I guess so.
Well, with the Chase Freedom Card, you get 5% cash back on up to $1,500 worth of purchases, and new categories every 3 months, and 1% on everything else. So that, man, this must be my lucky day feeling can go on and on. No, you look good. You look good.
Get your cash back. Chase Freedom.
I can't believe I'm here with my fantasy football pick, Reggie Bush.
I can't believe any Pizza Hut pizza is now just $10.
It's like a fantasy wrapped in a fantasy, surrounded by a dream.
That's kind of weird. ...
awesome.
Right now, $10 gets you any pizza, any size, any crust, any toppings. Delivery, carryout, or dine-in, only $10. You can win a trip to the X Factor finale just by adding Pepsi and breadsticks to your online order for $5 more. Only at your Pizza Hut.
The one and only Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show is sponsored by the 2012 Ford F-150, the only truck available with the efficiency and power of an EcoBoost engine. By State Farm, for auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. By Pizza Hut, score a great deal on delicious pizza today, only at your Pizza Hut. And by Chase, don't get shortchanged, get your cash back with Chase Freedom.
As we welcome you back to Fox NFL Sunday, the Giants look to stay atop the NFC East today against Seattle. But it's the other team in New York that starts off a special rapid-fire edition of our DirecTV headlines. And this week, like he always does before the Jets play the Patriots, head coach Rex Ryan was the center of attention when he wore a quote-unquote Hall of Fame jacket at his weekly press conference. Fellas, the first question of rapid-fire today is Rex Ryan's act getting old?
He is getting ready for television. But you do stupid stuff like that, and then he knows that when he gets fired, his act will run thin. And the Jets, TV will jerk him up because, he is a colorful guy.
If he's losing, it gets old. If he's winning, everybody accepts it.
Right. He needs to keep winning.
Well, they better start today. They've lost 2 in a row.
Right.
Next question.
Everybody knows that.
Has Aaron Rodgers done enough to stop having to answer questions about Brett Favre?
Yes.
Absolutely.
They both won one Super Bowl apiece, right?
What? What do you think about Favre's comments this week, real quick?
What's that?
You think Favre was taking a shot at him?
Yes, he's taking a shot.
Yeah, you have a couple beers late at night. Don't tweet and don't do any interviews.
Jimmy, you said a couple of weeks ago you would bench Tony Romo if he kept throwing picks with the lead. Well, he did it 3 times last week. Would you bench him for Dallas's next game?
I wouldn't bench him, but I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd have him study a third-year quarterback in this league, Josh Freeman. Josh Freeman is a smart quarterback. He knows how to play situational football. He knows how to protect the lead. He's come from behind 8 different times to win the game. Study Josh Freeman, and you'll learn how to play the game.
If you go back and look at the Cowboys last year, they won 5 football games by not throwing the football as much as they're doing right now.
Yes or no? Does Drew Brees deserve more money than Michael Vick?
Yes.
Yes.
Will the Lions be 5-0 after their Monday night matchup?
Yes.
Which 3-1? Oh, which 3-1 Harbaugh is doing better, Jim or John?
They're both good. The new one in San Francisco.
Which one is which?
Jim changed the attitude. That's hard to do.
But which
Jim
one
in
is
San Francisco gets the win, according to Jimmy. All right.
Great.
Hey, why don't we bring in Jay Glazer for the Glazer's Edge, powered by NFL Mobile Live, presented by Verizon. And Mr. Glazer, why don't we begin right now with your conversation with Hall of Famer Barry Sanders? He's been kind of a recluse for the past 13 years after his retirement, and he'll be part of the ceremony tomorrow night with the Lions. But I understand he actually reached out to you specifically this week.
Yeah, you know what's happening is because of the Lions' success, everybody's reaching out to Barry Sanders. They want to hear from him. He said, look, I want to put a message out. I love the Lions. I consider it we. Every time he talked in our 30-minute conversation, it was we and we whenever he's talking about the team. But he said, look, I'd love to be more a part of the team, but number one, I don't want it to be about me. Now, if I go over there, I don't want to be a distraction. It's about those guys. And number two, quite frankly, I'm a full-time dad. I got 4 kids. It's a really tough job. Even like tomorrow night's game, it's a school night for Barry Sanders. He said, I want them to know I'm there with them, but when the kids get a little older, maybe I could do more.
Yeah, but the question everybody wants to know, and I'm sure you probably talked to him, I hope you did, why did he leave the game in the prime of his career, and does he plan on actually doing more with the Lions since he says he misses it?
He said every week somebody still brings it up to me. He said, the honest fact is, I just lost my fire. When you lose the 100% commitment, you got to just walk away from the game. He said it wasn't anything with the Lions. Like I said, I love them. And yes, would he consider doing it? The Lions constantly reach out to him to do it right now. Would I consider doing it? I will when the kids get a little older.
All right. We talked earlier in the show about the passing of Al Davis. Do the Raiders have anything special planned?
You know, I talked to their head coach, Hugh Jackson, this morning. He said, look, forget all the other stuff that normally goes into things like this. I got the team together, and I said, the way you honor Al Davis is two things. What he was quoted as, just win, baby, and commitment to excellence. That's how we'll honor Al Davis.
All right, thanks a lot. They get a chance to start that today in Houston. We'll talk to you later in the show. Well, we go from everyone's favorite NFL insider to the favorite play of the week, brought to you by Pizza Hut. And last week, New York's Victor Cruz beat out Houston's Kevin Walter. Combine that with last week's non-fumble call, and Cruz is the luckiest man in the NFL right now. As for today, Calvin Johnson takes on Devin Hester and a new NFL record.
Stafford looking for somewhere to go, throws end zone up for grabs. Calvin, did he catch it? Oh, baby, he did it again. Megatron with a score. Calvin went up between three Cowboys and hauled it in. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. They're right back in it.
Here's the punt, and it's not a good one. Line drive caught, 30-yard line. Starting right, Hester comes left. Slices a defender at the 40. Looking for a bucket in midfield. There goes down to 30, 20, 10, 5. Rolls somersault style twice in the end zone. And a third one just for fun.
All right, to pick your favorite play, just log on to foxsports.com/Pizza Hut, and then check back here next week on this show for the results. It's something we like to call Pizza Hut's favorite play of the week. All right, let's go from football to baseball. And last night, game one of the ALCS between the Tigers and the Rangers, deep in the heart of Texas. And it was a Texas Ranger kind of night. Nelson Cruz solo home run in the fourth inning, made it a 3-0 Ranger lead, and it proved to be the decisive run of the game. They hang on, beat the Tigers 3-2 the final. So the Rangers take the opening game, a crucial game 2 on tap tonight. Coverage begins right here on Fox, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific. Of course, that game going on in the American League and the National League, the Phillies were knocked out of the playoffs, and Philadelphia's other team, their football squad, has been pretty disappointing as well. Up next, Michael Strahan tries to fix the 1-3 Eagles. On the other hand, the 3-1 Bucks are in first place. Josh Freeman and company tell us why Buck fever is spreading in Tampa.
At ADT, we get financing from GE Capital, but they also go beyond banking. We installed a GE fleet monitoring system.
It tracks every vehicle in their fleet. It cuts fuel use.
It enhances customer service. It's pretty amazing when people who loan you money also show you how to save it. Not just money,
knowledge.
It's so much information. It's like I'm right there in every van in the entire fleet. Good day overall? Yeah, doing good. Come on in. Let's go. Wow, this is fantastic. GE Capital, they're not just bankers.
We're builders.
They help build our business.
We love ordering sushi, but it was getting expensive. So to save some money...
Looks great, hon.
And we're not real proud of this.
No, we're not.
Have you guys seen Captain Stewie and Little Miss Neptune?
Did you look all over the place under your desk? All around?
They're fish. They live in a bowl.
What are you gonna do?
There's an easier way to save.
Whatever.
Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Down by 7. Final play for Detroit.
Only thing that would make this any better is overtime.
They'll need a miracle to win this football game. Harris slot right, drops back. Hines takes the pass at the 30. With the seam! Wow! Can you believe it? One man to beat!
Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings Beer Sports.
Field goal for the win. Oh!
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
NFL Women's Apparel fit for you. Get the Draft Me top at select retailers and NFLshop.com.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
NFL Total Access.
Let's go!
More breaking news.
No positive signs coming out of Indianapolis.
More coverage from around the league.
The season is here, and everybody just has to wait and see what's going to happen.
More expert analysis.
I'm going with a guy who's been there and done that.
More of your team from your team.
It was a great run. It felt great. But at the same time, you got to push it out of your mind.
60 minutes, baby.
NFL Total Access. Monday through Saturday at 7, only on NFL Network.
One man's legacy.
He didn't need the game to define him. He defined the game.
Perfectly captured in a single word.
Once you put wisdom with will on top of talent, you get what you call sweetness.
The impact he left.
He's the reason why I do what I do today.
Forever changed the game.
That was a man of steel, but I guess even steel rust.
Walter Payton, A Football Life, Thursday at 10, exclusively on NFL Network.
You didn't bring Miller Lite? No. What's the difference? Miller Lite has more taste. I don't care. I just brought these.
Well, that's the second unmanly thing you've done today.
What was the first? Yes, that was unmanly.
Yes, it was.
Man up. Choose a light beer with more taste. Grab a triple hops brewed Miller Lite with that great Pilsner taste.
In you go.
Get that fish away from me.
Step right up, come see the only theme park on earth where pigskin is king. It's football funland. You want fast? We got the Chris Johnson Express.
Here's my ticket.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 20 this year or this ride ain't moving.
All right, whatever. It's better be worth it.
Thanks for riding.
But it's not doing anything. And I paid extra.
Play one of our exciting games.
This game's really boring.
Yeah, it kind of is this year.
Find out what it's like to be a quarterback on the Tony Romo Experience.
I love you so much. You know you're my favorite.
Come to Football Funland today.
I think Romo would be happy if it were only that little abuse.
Yeah, exactly.
The way he's getting it right now. All right, you know what? It's time for State Farm to cover the field and for us to cover the state of the Philadelphia Eagles. And so far, it's not so good. They're 1-3, and this week Michael Vick said he no longer wants the Eagles to be called the Dream Team. Dream or not, before the Eagles' hopes get put to bed, why don't we turn to that Philly favorite, Michael Strahan, for a little bit of advice on how the Eagles can save their season. Michael.
Well, you know, before the season, Kurt, everyone was proclaiming the Eagles, the team to beat with their offseason move, the new $100 million quarterback. They're sitting at 1-3 right now. Plenty of the fans are jumping off the bandwagon. So, you know, I headed way out west, like a few miles away from here, to console some fans and shed some light on what needs to be fixed in Philly.
Get to a better state. Sponsored by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
Eagle fans, relax. Come back to your bars, enjoy your team. It's not too late to turn it around. If I remember correctly, an individual who always sits to my left predicted this slow start.
Offensive line, 3 new starters, really shaky, a very young group of linebackers.
I hate when he's right.
Ready to order?
Yeah, let me get one of those Philly cheesesteak sandwiches with Swiss cheese. That's in honor of your defense. Did you know that the yards allowed through the first 4 games is the worst ever under Andy Reid?
Absolutely terrible job by myself and my football team.
Please explain to me why you go out and sign the most sought-after free agent cornerback on the market for $60 million, and then you take him away from what he does best. Solution number 1. Nnamdi Asomugha is a cover corner. It's what he did in Oakland for years, and it's the reason why he was so coveted. He's physical and can shut down a team's best wide receiver if given the opportunity. Get him out of the zone coverage schemes that Philly has put him in and into man-to-man situations. You'll see a difference in his game and the rest of the secondary, knowing that his side of the field is taken care of. Solution number 2, take the fight to them. The Eagles have young, fast linebackers. They're not big, but they can run. It's week 5, and they're still trying to figure out who to play. Stop playing musical chairs with these guys and let them attack the offense. Blitz more, and you'll see the turnovers go up. And finally, solution number 3, You're supposed to be the city of brotherly love. So embrace your team, eat your cheesesteaks, and lighten up. No one enjoys seeing angry, depressed Eagles fans. Can I get some buffalo wings? Now, the Philadelphia Eagles defense has allowed 10 passing touchdowns in the first 4 weeks. The only time, the last 60 years, they've been worse than that was in 1989 when they gave up 13 touchdowns.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things, Mike, what you learned when you first came on this show is that you pressed so much that you got yourself in a lot of trouble.
I did, huh?
You did. See, and I think right now what can happen for the Eagles, they press even more on the road. They make even more mistakes. They just sit back and relax. Have some fun playing football, folks. They're terrible inside the 20-yard line. We know that. But they can turn it all around just with one victory today. And I don't think that's going to happen, but they can turn it around.
Terry, head coach for Buffalo, Chan Gailey's got a very simple job today. You know, because against Philadelphia's given up 140 yards a game running, right? And that wind's blowing off of Lake Erie there in Buffalo. Whoosh.
Now that's good, and I like that.
You got sound effects.
That's animation.
You know, run the ball. Fred Jackson, Cole College, averaging 5.8 yards a carry.
TV told me at break my gap was getting bigger, so I should do the
Then we'd all have to do this and kind of shield ourselves from you a little bit.
Oh, watch yourself.
We'll get your official picks on that game in just a bit. But up next, Jake Laser with late-breaking injury news, including the latest on Justin Tuck. He was right about Osi Umenyiora last week. Said he would play. He played, and he played very well. Also, Cam Newton tries to keep pace with Drew Brees, and our own John Lynch will reveal Carolina's secret plan to stop that explosive New Orleans offense.
Sorry, I couldn't get away.
You can now.
Okay, this is it, the Built Ford Tough Sales Event. And in this corner, America's most fuel-efficient pickups. Featuring F-150 with exclusive EcoBoost technology that delivers the power and MPGs the so-called contenders can't. Plus, it's ranked highest in initial quality in its class. Now that's a 1-2 knockout punch. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth.
The BK Deluxe Cheeseburger. More beef, more value. One of the new BK Toppers burgers. Enjoy one for only $1.99. Only at Burger King.
AT&T and Verizon charge you extra for going over 2 gigabytes of data. T-Mobile slows down your data speed. With Sprint, you don't get charged extra and you don't slow down. And you get unlimited data, text, and calling to any mobile for only $79.99. The best unlimited plan wins. Make the most of unlimited data with a brilliant screen on a pencil-thin phone. Introducing the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch.
With DirecTV, you can start watching in one room, pause, and continue watching in any other room. Experience it yourself. Get your whole home connected for free. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Like so many great pioneers before me, guided only by a dream, I'm embarking on a journey of epic proportion. I will travel from sea to shining sea, through amber waves of grain, and I won't stop until I've helped every driver in America save hundreds on car insurance. Well, I'm at the parking lot. That's a good start.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is Game Day, brought to you by Sprint, with an unlimited look at what's happening in today's action. Eli Manning's Giants are tied with the Redskins atop the NFC East at 3-1, and today they battle Seattle. TB, in the preseason, Eli said he was an elite quarterback. A month into the season, the stats bear him out. But do you think he really is?
Well, I laughed at him when he said that, and then I watched the first few weeks of this year. 8 touchdowns, only 1 interception, cut out on his turnovers. So yeah, he is now playing like one anyway.
As for the sputtering Seahawks, only the Rams, Jaguars, and Chiefs have scored fewer points. Jimmy, did Seattle make a huge mistake by signing Tavares Jackson and not keeping Matt Hasselbeck?
Hasselbeck was let go not because of talent, but because of a contract demand. They overestimated what Jackson could do for this team, though.
Jackson's former team, the Minnesota Vikings, take on the Cardinals today. Adrian Peterson leads the NFC in rushing yards. Beanie Wells leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. Michael, which one of these two teams has a shot to get back in the playoff race this year?
I think it's Arizona, Kurt, because they have a better chance on a weaker division. The Vikings sitting behind 4-0 Green Bay, 4-0 Detroit, and the Chicago Bears.
And by the way, the Vikings at 0-4. Some people are right now saying they should bench McNabb and go with the rookie Christian Ponder. I want to get you guys to debate that in just a minute. But for now, let's stay up north in Buffalo, where the Eagles face the 3-1 Bills. Philly blew a 20-point lead last week against the 49ers, and now their best pass rusher, Trent Cole, out about 3 weeks. Howie, how does that affect today's game and Philly's defense overall?
Trent Cole's one of the most underrated players in the entire league, not just at his position. Jason Babin right now leads the NFL in sacks. He's going to discover the meaning of the word attention. With Trent Cole out of the lineup, people will focus more on him.
And finally, let's cruise down to Carolina for the Saints and the Panthers. Jeremy Shockey faces his former team, still bitter about being released. That happened, though, because New Orleans has one of the best young tight ends in the game in Jimmy Graham. For more unlimited football coverage, just go to sprint.com/football. All football, no limits. All right, why don't we bring in the analyst calling that game today on Fox, the great John Lynch. And John, I know you talked to Carolina head coach Ron Rivera yesterday. How in the world does he plan on stopping Drew Brees and all those offensive weapons the Saints have?
Well, they better start with praying a lot. It is Sunday, but really, though, when I watch Drew Brees, he's as good as ever, and it's all about timing and rhythm with Drew Brees. And so your challenge as Ron Rivera and this Carolina's defense is how do you disrupt that timing and rhythm? I think first and foremost, you got to get your hands on these wide receivers. It's too easy for Drew to go through his progression if you don't. And then secondly, you look at Ron Rivera's background. He played for Buddy Ryan. He coached for the late, great Jim Johnson in Philadelphia, 3-4 system in San Diego. They need to be more aggressive. Show Drew a lot of looks, something to disrupt that timing and rhythm. And then there's the weapons they have to deal with. Jimmy Graham, the tight end, and Darren Sproles. They've been nightmare for everybody in this league thus far.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Have a good call today.
Thanks, Kurt.
All right, Michael, talk about this game right now. And John was talking about Carolina's defense, but it's been their offense that's kind of been the star so far.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Newton, obviously, biggest story probably in football right now as far as the rookie is concerned. 3rd in the league overall, so you're surprised offensively. So you're surprised that they're 1-3, but they continue to do the small thing: interception for touchdown, missed field goals, blocked field goals, just little things like that. And defensively, in this game, your mindset, I feel, for the Carolina Panthers defensively is we're going to bend, but we won't break. Give up 3, don't give up 7. Offensively, set the pace, control the clock, and especially you're going to have to depend on special teams to give you a play in this game in order to keep up with the Saints.
You know, I also want to go back to Minnesota and TB. A lot of Viking fans right now clamoring to make the change. They're 0-4.
They should be.
McNabb should be benched. Ponder should be playing is what the fans are saying. Right now, would you make that move?
Yes, absolutely. At 0-4, I know it sends a signal to the veterans. We've given up on the team. So be it. They're still veterans. They play hard. They should. But I would make the move. If you don't make it and you lose, let's say you lose today, absolutely you got to make it next week. We've got 3 rookies in Gabbert and Newton and the kid up in Cincinnati playing awfully well right now as rookie quarterbacks. Put him in there.
Yeah, I think we keep waiting for Donovan to kind of snap out of it. That maybe last year was an aberration. Donovan, the thing that made him dynamic to me in Philadelphia was Donovan's athleticism, his speed, his ability to extend plays. He's lost a step, but because of that, he's no longer a dynamic player. The things that made him suspect in Philadelphia, his accuracy, it becomes more of a focal point.
Yeah, if Frazier wants McNabb's experience to save his job, in the front office there in Minnesota, they don't want to throw Ponder into the mix because they got Green Bay and Chicago coming up before the bye. They want to wait till the bye. Hey, it's going to happen. Pull the trigger. Make the change.
If Andy Reid gives up on you, and no one is more quarterback-friendly than Andy Reid, the head coach of the Eagles, if he gives up on McNabb, that tells me all I need to know. I play
We've seen that just about every player Philadelphia's let go. It seems as though they let him go at the right time.
Yeah.
Not many times you said they missed. Hey, why don't we bring back America's #1 NFL insider, Jay Glazer. And Jay, speaking of former Philadelphia players, Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a lick this year, recovering from ACL surgery in April. He says he's close to coming back, but I know you had a chance to see firsthand. Is he actually close?
I did see it firsthand. He just had surgery in April, ACL surgery. Remember that used to keep you out a year? Kurt, it's unbelievable what I saw. I saw him out here in Athletes Performance Institute in Carson. He's actually working out with guys like Carson Palmer, TJ Houshmandzadeh, a bunch of ex-players. But for a guy who just tore his ACL 6 months ago, there wasn't a route. He couldn't run. He had the sled on him. It was unbelievable. He said one of the big things for him was that stem cell surgery he had a few weeks ago. He said a few days after he had it, he felt a huge difference.
Now, let's talk about that stem cell surgery, because a couple of weeks ago, you caused a bit of an uproar when you talked about Peyton Manning getting it. Explain how they did T.O.'s.
What T.O. told me, he said he went out there to Seoul, South Korea, and you're supposed to take where they took Peyton Manning fat out of his belly. Of course, T.O. said, well, I don't have any fat in my belly. He said, I had to take from my butt. And they actually put it over the side. They take some stem cells, and they mix it together, and then within about 20, 30 minutes, they inject it right in your knee. He said, as a result of that, 4 weeks later, I'm running routes. He said it was that good.
Let's be realistic here, Jay. T.O.'s got some baggage. Does he realize how much this may actually hurt him when he's trying to find a job?
He said, look, only thing I can tell you, I do regret what happened in Philadelphia, but look, I've always told the truth. That's I can live with myself because I've always told the truth. But again, Kurt, I was surprised at how good he looked physically.
All right, let's move on and get to some ins and outs. The Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, and that foot injury, in or out?
Mike Tomlin told me he's going to start, but he is going to hobble. He's hobbling.
Now, it was reported another Steeler, Rashard Mendenhall, will not play today. Is that true?
No, he's actually active. He's suited up. They're only going to use him for insurance.
What about the Jets All-Pro center, Nick Mangold?
You know, Rex Ryan says they're going to shoot his ankle later. He thinks he's going to be able to go. It's a pain issue.
And finally, the Giants, Justin Tuck, in or out?
Justin Tuck is out. Also, Brandon Jacobs, he's deactivated.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Appreciate it, brother. Up next, the Philadelphia Eagles see a therapist. We'll explain that. Plus a preview of the only game today between two first-place teams, and you might be surprised which two teams we're talking about. But first, how about getting fired up for sounds of the game?
Hey, Boogie, swagging in the bank. Oh, man, they say they got swag, but they swag stank.
I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. It's on the show. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. It's on the show. Let's go, baby. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Get your cash back.
Oh, hi.
Which cashback booth looks better to you? Chase Freedom or the largest cashback card?
Oh, I'll try the largest.
Oh, that is too bad. Apparently you don't know. Chase Freedom guarantees you 1% cash back. 4 times more than the largest cashback card, which only gives you 0.25% until you spend $3,000 every year. But have fun. Bob and weave once you're in there.
Don't get shortchanged. Get your cash back. Chase Freedom.
Hey, gang. Did you hear about Dish Network's new Blockbuster Movie Pass? We'll get over 100,000 movies, TV shows, and games delivered right to our door. And it's all included when we sign up for Dish.
Let's celebrate! Gonna be an explosion, baby. 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 Listen.
The Blockbuster Movie Pass, delivered and streamed straight to you.
The BK Mushroom and Swiss Burger. More beef, more value. One of the new BK Toppers burgers. Enjoy one for only $1.99. Only at Burger King.
The Tigers look to strike back against the Rangers in Game 2. The ALCS, tonight, only on Fox.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
The Johnsons, right?
Yeah.
Which house is yours?
The one with the Silverado up front.
So, what do you do?
Well, nice.
And Bingo was his name.
For those who live life for a living, the 2012 Chevy Silverado. From the worksite to the home front, Chevy runs deep.
One man's legacy.
He didn't need the game to define him. He defined the game.
Perfectly captured in a single word.
Once you put wisdom with will on top of talent, you get what you call sweetness.
The impact he left.
He's the reason why I do what I do today.
Forever changed the game.
That was a man of steel, but I guess even steel to us.
Walter Payton, A Football Life, Thursday at 10, exclusively on NFL Network.
Up to 40 mpg highway. That's over 500 miles per tank. Makes my butt numb just thinking about it. The Veloster from Hyundai. Engineered for whatever. Did you ever think you'd be asking your car where to eat? The Veloster from Hyundai. Engineered for whatever.
It's a matchup of surprising first-place teams later today on Fox as the 3-1 San Francisco 49ers, fresh off that stunning upset over the Eagles, battle the 3-1 Buccaneers. And as Bucs head coach Raheem Morris likes to say, his team is youngry. That's young combined with hungry. His word, not mine. No one epitomizes that more than their tough and talented leader, quarterback Josh Freeman, who is already being called Captain Comeback.
Throws it right on the money in the end zone. Freeman trumps it. That's caught at the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Which will put the Buccaneers on top 23-7.
In the fourth quarter, it's crunch time. There's no nervousness, no anxiety whatsoever. We have a kind of a quiet confidence. You see the situation, you know it needs to be done. Everybody calm down, everybody do your job, and we'll get it done.
When you get into that fourth quarter, you see something different in his eyes. There's a reason that, they labeled him the comeback kid.
Freeman, back to throw. Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Getting up in the morning is very easy for me. Heading to work, knowing you got a 6'5", 260-pound quarterback. That's the leader of your franchise, that there's a great opportunity, might beat you to work that day. His cool, calm, collected demeanor is basically what our team has become.
Free gives you something that we've never had here. A lot of it's his physical talent, obviously, but just his ability to, take over a team, his natural leadership is it's something special, and he's the type of guy you want as your franchise quarterback.
I got some pretty good impersonations all around, but my impersonation of Josh Freeman is the cool mode,
His impersonation is terrible. I'll leave it at that.
Dude, I want to throw the ball.
It's horrible.
The first word about this young man, he's a competitor.
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, I'm very intense. Whether it's week in and week out, numbers, finding a way to win, the Tom Brady's, the Peyton Manning's, the Drew Breeses. Those are the guys that, me personally, that I draw my comparisons to.
He makes the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Perfect throw, Freeman.
Everything that we do as a franchise is going to have something to do with Josh Freeman. This franchise will be built around Josh Freeman.
The desire to win motivates me. I mean, there's no better feeling than coming out and walking off the field with a win.
All right, TB, Bucs and Niners, each 3-1, both first place in their respective divisions. Right. Will both make the playoffs?
I don't think Tampa will. I think San Francisco will, believe it or not. Yeah. I mean, Alex Smith. You know what Alex Smith and I have in common, Howie? We were both everybody's number one.
Oh,
but
I think the benching's more in common.
I just think he's got his. I think with the running game with Gore and Hunter now in San Francisco, and Coach Harbaugh has totally changed Alex Smith around.
Well, you talked about Tampa not making it. Let's stay in the NFC South, Jimmy. Atlanta's got a huge game tonight against the Green Bay Packers.
Well, this could be a demoralizing game for Atlanta. Just think about it. They were 13-3 last year and got knocked out of the playoffs by Green Bay, scoring 48 points. So far this year, they've given up 30 points to Chicago, 31 to Philadelphia, and 28 to Seattle, of all people. A loss tonight, could really put them on a downward spiral.
Well, the thing is, Green Bay, they're playing like the season never stopped last year. They're just continuing on that road from the Super Bowl. And a lot of times you watch this on TV, you always say this, at some point you're going to fall back a little bit. But I don't think this is the week.
I gave you that before you did
no,
this.
but I gave you credit for it. See, I'm not. I don't steal. I give it up. So, but I think this isn't the week for that. I think although Green Bay ranked 31st in pass defense and Atlanta can pass the ball, but they can't protect the quarterback, and that's going to be their challenge.
It's a bad blood game.
Yeah.
It's a bad blood game, and that was evident by the comments this week.
All right, guys, time to move on.
Playing hurt. Howie had back surgery.
Yeah, I guess we should mention that.
Yeah, he's not
Howie
well.
had some actually pretty serious back surgery this week, but he's going to tough it out through the pregame show, and then we'll let you go. So just a couple more minutes, please, Howie. Let's get back to the Niners. Well, really, the Eagles, because last week the Niners shocked the Eagles. Philly now 1-3, and even worse than that, the Eagles are now the punching bag for Frank Caliendo.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Dr. Phil. Today I tackle a team that can't tackle, or block, or catch, or pretty much do anything football related. Their dream is becoming that nightmare where you kiss your cousin. We've all had that. We haven't. Okay, I'm the only one. Awkward. Okay, of course I'm talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. It's time to keep it real with Dr. Phil. We got a new segment, Letters to Dr. Phil. Here's our first letter. Dear Dr. Phil, the Eagles can stick it up. Hey, come! All right, it's time for a filtervention. That's an intervention where I put my name in. Cha-ching! All right. We have an exclusive interview from an anonymous source inside the Eagles organization. We'll just call him Andy.
No, you idiot, that's my real name.
Then how about Sandy?
That is much better.
Can you tell us why the Eagles, the so-called dream team, are 1-3?
Well, they're not self-disciplined. It could also be that the players are not scoring enough touchdowns.
So I think it's probably the coaching.
No, they have a great coach. It's not my fault that Vic keeps getting hurt. I'm losing it here.
Hey, take it easy, Sandy Reed.
I'm out of here, you stupid... Oh, I forgot my chips, but here's Frank's picks. He'll take my Eagles to beat the Bills, the Bucks to top the Niners. His upset is the Bengals to beat the Jags, and his wild card is the Cards to top the Vikes.
All right, we'll check in with Sandy Reed to see how he's doing in the postseason. Okay, enough about the birds. I got one last letter. Dear Dr. Phil, do you need an opening theme song? I'm available. Signed, Hank Williams Jr. Oh, we're done. All right, now back to five guys who I wish were anonymous. Philip?
Nice little chuckle there at the end. And before we get to the pick standings, I'm going to give Michael Strahan a little congratulations. 4-0 last week.
Hey, Jimmy, pat me on the back. That's what I'm talking about.
A little undefeated there. Getting your upset pick. You got everything. Good job by Strahan. That means we've got a dog fight for the lead dog. Michael and Howie now tied at 14 points apiece. Jimmy right behind at 13. TB right there at 12 points. And whoever picks for Frank needs to find a new job, I think, right now. All right, let's get to this week's picks. Frank likes the Eagles to fly by the Bills. Jimmy.
Even though Buffalo's going to run for a bunch of yards, I'm going to pick Philadelphia.
Stick close to me, Jimmy. You'll get some of these picks right.
Boy.
I'm taking Philadelphia also.
And he'll get that thing straightened out. Pick the Eagles.
Wow. Well, my brain starts working when I get up and doesn't stop working until I get to the office.
Says you.
So I'm going with Buffalo. Says you.
Frank likes the Bucks to 86 the Niners. Jimmy, who you got?
I'm taking the upset with Tampa on the road.
You know, on the road, short week for Tampa. I know they've been coming back, but I have to go with San Francisco. Hot hand.
I'll go with Tampa.
I'm going to go with the 49ers. Just me and you, babe.
There you go. Hey, Frank's upset pick this week. He likes the Bengals to beat the Jaguars. Jimmy.
I like Tennessee. Pittsburgh's beat up. I'm going to take Tennessee.
I think I'm going Arizona over the Vikings.
I'll go Tennessee.
Give me something to watch.
You know what? You're not going to believe this, but I'm thinking the Pittsburgh Steelers are too beat up and getting a little too old on defense. And I like what I'm seeing in Tennessee. Love my team, but they're going down today.
That's a little surprise here. Let's get to your wild card picks. Frank says Arizona will beat Minnesota. Jimmy, your wild card, the Packers and the Falcons.
Like those Packers. They're on a roll.
Michael, Kansas City and Indy.
I think Indy's realized they can play a little bit without Peyton Manning, so I'm going to take Indy for their first win.
Mr. Long, Oakland at Houston.
I'm going Oakland. Emotional day.
TB, Bengals at Jaguars.
I'm going to go with the young quarterback Gabbert down there to get his first win. I'm going Jacksonville.
All right, we'll take a look at that battle of rookie quarterbacks. And right now, though, before we move on, I want to get to your extra points. Give me one thing that you think will absolutely happen in today's game? Start with you, Howie.
Well, even if Atlanta was 4-0 going into this game, I believe they viewed this as a litmus test. This was the team and the game that prompted them to make the changes they've made in the offseason, and this is the game.
And I'm looking forward to in New Orleans, where Jimmy Graham tight end, the reason that they let Jeremy Shockey go to have a big game against the Carolina linebackers. Really hard to match up with a guy who's that big. Shockey has a great year, but this kid is having one of the best years of any tight end in the league. So Jimmy Graham today.
San Francisco's got the fourth-rated run defense in the league. They're going to be geared up to stop Blunt. So what smart Josh Freeman going to do? Play action passes.
Yeah, well, I think Greg Roman, offensive coordinator for the 49ers, was smart last week, opened up with 2 tight ends, and then in the second half got Gore going by going 3 wideouts. Smart offensive strategy. The mojo from Alex Smith, the quarterback, carries over. 49ers win big.
All right, of course, we started the day talking about the passing of the former Raider great Al Davis. And why don't we finish up the show the same way with a very special Fired Up presented by Burger King, and turn it over to Howie Long to finish things off. Howie?
Well, back in 1980 as a senior at Villanova, I had missed a couple of games because of, let's say, an off-campus misunderstanding. Well, for some teams, I'm sure that might have been a red flag. But for the Raiders and Al Davis, let's just say it was less of a concern. And going from Villanova, where there was a priest on every floor, to the Raiders locker room was, needless to say, a culture shock. And the one thing that became very apparent immediately was that the Raiders' mindset and the mystique of that football team was defined by one man, Al Davis. He was omnipresent, and being a Raider was all about one thing, winning. It was something Al Davis was consumed by 24/7. And as a player, you knew that there wasn't anything he wouldn't do to put you in the best possible position to succeed. You are now part of a team, an organization, that was an island unto itself. Putting on that helmet meant something to generations of players. And if you weren't part of it, you were the enemy. In many ways, it was the Ellis Island of the NFL. Players from schools like Texas A&I, Colgate, and Maryland Eastern Shore, or players that had been written off as done. And yes, some players with checkered pasts. But regardless of where you were from or what had happened in your past, once you put on that helmet, you were a Raider. And there was only one thing expected of you, and that was to play, and play to win. There are many from this generation who will judge Al Davis by the last 10-plus years, by his many legal battles with the league. What I would want today's generation to know is that yesterday the NFL lost a Titan, a man who more than any other helped shape the league in the game that you see played today. He was an AFL maverick, forcing the NFL-AFL merger as commissioner, successful owner and coach with the Raiders, winning 3 Super Bowl titles and an AFL championship. He's also a pioneer, hiring the league's first modern-era African-American head coach in Art Shell, and also the league's first Latino head coach in Tom Flores. Yesterday, Al Davis lost the one battle he knew he could never win, the battle with time. There's never been anyone like him, and I'm confident in saying there will never be anyone like him in the future.
All right, good job as always, Howie. And you can see the fans there in Houston already honoring Al Davis. The league will do the same thing. A moment of silence will take place before every game today in the National Football League. We will get you out to your game sites in just a bit. We'll see you again at halftime.
Okay, this is it, the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And in this corner, America's most fuel-efficient pickups, featuring Super Duty with best-in-class payload, towing, and MPGs. Make way for the undisputed 34-year heavyweight champ Ford F-Series, delivering a knockout combination the contenders can't match. And now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth.
I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon in this establishment. Luckily, though, I can conceal this bad boy underneath my blanket just so I can get on E-Trade, check my investment portfolio, research stocks. Wait, why are you taking... Oh, I see. Solitary. Just a man and his thoughts and a smartphone with an E-Trade app. Nobody knows.
E-Trade. Investing unleashed.
We might live on different streets and have different schedules. But one night, every week, we all get together for some home cooking.
Have you tried one of these? It's so good. Man, I can't believe we haven't done this before. Oh, wow, look at that.
Want a bite?
You're aging. Do the jingle. Do the jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, guys. Do it again. Do it again. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. In my office.
State Farm.
I think we're good.
State Farm agents help you get to a better state.
Fox tomorrow. See why critics call Terra Nova the most exciting show of the fall season.
Get out of the way!
All new. Then,
I can get you out of here.
House is back, but is he better?
O2 is 93%.
Prison!
Sorry, I thought I heard everyone else think that.
All new House after Terra Nova. It all starts tomorrow at 8/7 Central on Fox.
The dawning of a beautiful day in Buffalo. A Bills win would make it a perfect day. The Philadelphia Eagles come to Buffalo desperate for a win. They're 1-3 and last in the NFC East. The Buffalo Bills are 3-1 and tied for first in the AFC East. They want to show everybody it's the real thing. Today on the NFL on Fox, it's the Buffalo Bills hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NFL on Fox. I'm Sam Rosen along with the coach, Brian Billick. Laura Oakman is with us today. The Philadelphia Eagles are loaded with stars. Michael Vick, Deshaun Johnson, Nnamdi Asomugha, Deshaun Jackson, I should say. But this team is 1-3, and we don't know how they got there.
Sam, you look in the dictionary and they're must win, and there's a picture of this dream team. They thought last week was a must win at home against San Francisco. This is a whole nother level. Now, the problems are easy to identify. Defensively, they're just not coordinated up between the defensive line, the linebackers, and the secondary. Offensively, they're up and down the field till they get to the red zone. They're settling for 3, or worse yet, turning the ball over. That's got to change today.
Now, the Buffalo Bills are one of the surprise teams in the NFL. They won their first 3 games, lost in the last second to Cincinnati last week. Today, they want to show everybody they're the real deal.
Yeah, they're kind of a no-name group on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they're not going to get at Michael Vick with a 4-man rush. They're going to have to bring 5, 6, 7 guys. That leaves them a little at risk on the back end. And offensively, they've got talent, receiver, tight end, running back. But this is going to be about the arm of quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going to have to be much more efficient than he was last week in a loss to Cincinnati.
Right now, let's take a look at today's Chase Freedom Cashback Players to Watch.
Well, for Philadelphia, it's about Sean McCoy. He is the new Brian Westbrook, both with his carries and his receptions. And in Buffalo, it's all about Fred Jackson. This guy, 5.8 yards per carry. He's exploded on the scene. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of him today against Philadelphia.
Don't get shortchanged. Get your cash back with Chase Freedom. For more information, log on to chase.com/freedom. The NFL lost a great one this weekend, and Al Davis is passing yesterday. Right now, let's go to public address announcer John Pachillo.